Right, Ali, I was just thinking about that case right at the entrance there, where we saw this trolley, this motorboard,
And the beer can, look!
yeah. Would you think of that, the purpose of that case? Because in that case, there are quite new things. You know, this trolley is quite current, this motorboard is current, the beer is today, Man United scarf, and you know, in a museum, having something like this ordinary. On the other hand, these things are quite old, have a history and everything. What do you think the purpose of that case there?
Listen, one day these things are going to have a history, aren't they? It's as simple as that. You know, soon enough we're not going to have shopping trolleys, we're going to have robots in the supermarket or something. I don't know, I'm just sort of clutching at straws. One day these are going to be items of history. One day things like beer cans might not even exist. Do you know what I mean? And I think what this case represents is the here and now. What's important to us now, you know, these items here in the museum from like hundreds and thousands of years ago, you know, represented the here and now for the people back then. I think it's as simple as that, really.
And I think there's another aspect as well, actually, which we have spoken about before. For example, all the objects that we saw today, we as disabled people had our own unique point of view or a way of looking at them. And perhaps I think it's something which is missing or should have been done. That same thing should have happened with objects like them, the thousands of years old objects. Like, for example, today we've recorded what we see in these objects today. But thousands of years ago, it wasn't recorded.
No, these feelings and these kind of opinions weren't captured. And I think, as you say, I think that's quite unfortunate, really. But because now it's down to us, and it's down to archaeologists and other people museologists and other people who specialise in this area to kind of interpret really what might have happened, what could have happened. And it's nice now that we've got the technology and the ability to kind of do this, to record these sorts of things. So all of you who think it's absolutely ridiculous to have a shopping trolley or even a beer can in the museum, you know, there's always reasons for these things. And
also one thing is that like us today as disabled people have looked at things from a particular angle. I'm sure there are other people who have got a different angle of looking at different things. So probably it would be an interesting thing to find out how somebody else who is not disabled or another disabled person looks at similar objects or different objects.
Well, that's what's fascinating, isn't it, about the human mind, is that, you know, one person can see the exact same object and read something completely different into it, you know, and I think that's what makes us as human beings unique. And I think that's part of the reason why museums exist as well, so that people can sort of explore things with their minds and sort of learn to be not only creative but learn about historical events and historical objects, and you know, and I think that's a good thing.